Well, hello, and welcome to my channel, where I, Lauren, discuss all things. I'm gonna go with life-hacky. Life-hacky, as a person that tries to stay all natural, but also live in society and not spend $1 billion, but also have the best health ever. It's hard. So I'm hoping that my finds and my reviews will help someone else out there. So today, we are gonna talk shampoo. Obviously, I've got some hair, so it needs to be washed because that's disgusting. I also have a super sensitive scalp. I have super sensitive skin. I'm just a very sensitive butterfly. So I have a lot of issues with finding a shampoo that helps my scalp. Because otherwise, it's just flakes everywhere. It gets worse than that, but... So I've always had this very sensitive scalp since I was a kid. Very dry scalp. I also have very long hair. I also love to dye my hair. So I've got this interesting mix of sensitive scalp, oily hair here, dead, dry AF hair down here. So shampoo has always kind of been a challenge of mine. I like to try to get shampoos that help my scalp and also don't have a bajillion chemicals because it's also a sensitive scalp. So that puts me in a very interesting conundrum. Head & Shoulders does not work for me. There's a lot of chemicals in it, so I wouldn't use it anyway. I'd rather live with the white flakes, but also it just doesn't seem to help. When I was younger, I used Scalp Therapy by Nioxin. I stopped using it when I started learning more and more about chemicals and the things that the US lets in our beauty products that, like, Europe has banned. I'm not saying, I haven't really specifically looked at that label, so I am not bashing Nioxin Scalp Therapy, but I just started to move away from brands that were a little more common. What I found recently was Lush. I actually found the store when I was on a shoot, and I was in Massachusetts. So I was shooting a TV show in Salem, and I took the train to Boston to visit a friend. And we went shopping, because it doesn't seem like there's a lot more than that to do in Boston. I'm sure it's great, but that's my initial impression. So she took me in here. She's like, oh, this is up your alley. So I saw these shampoo bars for the first time in my life, and I don't have an example, so there's my first fail of the day. And I talked to the woman there, and it was $15, which for what I thought I was getting for a bar, it seemed like a lot, but all things considered, I spent way more than that on a bottle of shampoo. The shampoo bar she suggested to me was Soak and Float, which has cade oil in it. She said it's not exactly for dandruff or anything like that, but it's for sensitive scalps. So I tried it. It was weird to lather a bar and then put it in my hair, but it worked way better than I thought it would. I got my little tin so it would dry out, and I could lean it up against the side, and I could keep it safe because I was traveling back here to New York. The dryness was less, and I don't remember it being as itchy with that. The smell was a little bit odd, but not in a bad way, just in a different way. I'm sure it's just because I've never smelled cade oil before in my life. But it did last me a year because it popped up on my Facebook memories that I was in Boston a year ago, and I realized I still had it. But anyway, that did obviously eventually run out. And I'm cheap and frugal, and I tried to figure out a way to get that quality, or maybe even boost the effects to my scalp, while also saving myself some money. So, where do you go? Amazon. This is what I found. Falls River Soap Company Shampoo Bar. Old-fashioned bar with jojoba oil. Is it jojoba? And tea tree oil. So tea tree oil, that's great. That's usually my fail-safe if I'm somewhere else, and I usually have a bottle of tea tree oil with me, because if I throw a drop in my hand and then put the shampoo I'm using, say I'm using my boyfriend's shampoo or something, or my parents', because I didn't have mine with me, it usually at least helps keep my scalp normal. So this was like a very reasonable price. It was $8. Half the price, right? I didn't expect it to last a year, but I figured, okay, if it lasts 6 months, that's fine. That's probably what the other one would have lasted me anyway. Seemed about the same size. Said it was for people with scalp issues. Perfect. Even better. The other one wasn't, so I bought this. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't cheap out on it. I have so many So many complaints about this soap. So you'll notice in my frugalness, that I cut it in half. I don't know what that was going to do. It's less surface area, so I gotta like use it more. I don't really know where my rationale was in there, but it does fit better in my Lush tin. So I guess that's the thing. It's not melting all over the tub, creating a giant mess. It also doesn't lather the same way. So the Lush, I think because there's other things in it and maybe that caused some more friction, or it's just way better quality. It's a very soft bar. You could kind of see when I held it up maybe that it's a little bit translucent, where the Lush bar is not translucent at all. So I think it's just kind of like a different material in there, more oil maybe, and it doesn't lather the same way. I literally have to put it against my hair and scrub at it. Also, my scalp is still a mess. It's not irritated like it gets when I use a chemically based shampoo, but it still itches once in a while, and it's definitely still flaky. The itching is the most important part for me to get rid of. You really don't want to be that girl that's going around like this. The flakes don't bother me so much. I mean, I'm sure people notice it. That's a waste of my energy to give a flying F. I was told once, or read once, that you should put shampoo on your scalp, scrub your scalp, and then let it rinse over your hair to keep it from just destroying and stripping all of the natural oils. So that's something I do. You definitely can't do that with this one. I have to take the bar and get it on here. I actually went to a party. So I showered like minutes before that party, but I had been using this bar soap for many days. I honestly looked like I had wet hair or had product in my hair because you could see like the striations in my hair. It was so greasy. It didn't necessarily feel greasy, but when I looked in the mirror, I was like, ugh, don't go out like that. So I don't use it anymore. I guess I'm still on the quest for the best shampoo. Normally I love Young Living, but I don't like their shampoos either. Lately I'm just using my boyfriend's and my tea tree in my hand and just winging it. And you can see it's not doing a whole lot for me, and my scalp kind of itches right now. That is my video for today. I hope somebody obtained some value from it. So, as always, like and subscribe. Don't buy this shampoo. And have a great rest of your day. Bye guys, thanks for watching.